Project 2025, the left's new boogeyman that's being propagated by the mainstream media 24/7, who of course would never lie to you, just like the Russia hoax or the Hunter Biden laptop story or the fact that Joe Biden is mentally fit to run the United States of America. They would never lie to you. And I'm going to break down the alleged provisions of this idea tank and prove that this is a total hoax. I'm not even going to read from the Heritage Foundation's actual website. I'm going to respond to the propaganda that's floating around social media with facts and logic. For starters, this is not an agenda of Donald Trump. That would be Agenda 47. Trump has already repudiated himself from this multiple times, and I'll display that on screen. So with that being said, let's dive in.
Let the sin begin!
Number 1, end no-fault divorce. Okay, I have not seen a single conservative or any far-right movement call for the end of no-fault divorce. In America, you can get divorced without either party having some kind of fault or damage. So that's obviously ridiculous and not going to happen. 2, complete ban on abortions with no exceptions. Okay, Trump has not called for this. Actually, he's done the opposite. Trump has actually been criticized by his own party being almost too center left on this issue. He did not ban abortion. He did not overturn Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court did. They delegated the power back to the states, which is what should have happened in the first place. We are a federalist nation. States should have the right to make their own abortion laws. 3, additional tax breaks for corporations and the top 1%, and higher taxes for the working class. This is talking about some kind of reforms for regressive tax cuts. Okay, this is obviously not true. This is a total fallacy. The 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, signed by President Trump, one of his signature bills, was not a regressive tax legislation. It actually gave bigger tax cuts to people that make $10,000 to $60,000 a year than he did to the top 1% of earners. All right, that's just a fact. Yes, he did lower the corporate tax rate from 35% to 21%. But guess what? Every single Western developed nation has a corporate tax rate of under 25%. Every single one. All right, that's because of competition, and you don't want corporations to leave and go offshore somewhere or go to tax havens. You want to keep them right here domestically. 4, raise the retirement age, cut Social Security, and cut Medicare, and cut the Affordable Care Act. Obamacare can F off. Raise the retirement age. I have not seen a single conservative call for that. Cut Social Security and cut Medicare. No, not happening. Trump already said he would protect both of those, Social Security and Medicare. But here's a little fun fact for you. Do you know why your Medicare is taxed? Because of a bill signed and supported by Joe Biden in 1983. And then again, he supported it again in 1994, another revision of it. Number 5, raise drug prescription prices. Okay, this is ridiculous. What candidate is going to run with a promise of raising prescription drugs? Nobody. That's ridiculous. Nobody, Democrat or Republican, is going to say, I'm going to raise your prescription drugs. All right, so that's obviously asinine. Defund and replace the Department of Education, the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, and the DOJ. Fire federal agencies and defund bureaucrats? Sign me up. Number 7, teach Christian beliefs in schools. Okay, you do not have to have the 10 Commandments displayed in classrooms to integrate Judeo-Christian values into schools. All right, the absence of these values are why kids are growing up so nihilistic and lack any kind of self-purpose. We find these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator, with a capital C, with certain unalienable rights. That's directly from the Declaration of Independence. America was founded on these Jewish Christian values, all right? Not pure fanaticism, mixed with Greek reasoning from Athens, and resulted in the creation of the greatest nation in the history of mankind. Number 8, ban gender reassignment surgeries for kids. This is supposed to be a bad thing, so it's a good thing that we're chopping off little kids' genitals and forcing them to take puberty blockers like Lupron and destroying their lives, and these kids have suicide rates above like 50%. That's supposed to be a bad thing. Okay. Number 9, end DEI protections in government. Why are taxpayers paying for DEI programs? Diversity, equity, inclusion. Why? Number 10, ban African American studies and ban books about slavery. This is a total fallacy. Once again, this is a lie. Nobody is calling to end the teaching or the curriculum of African American studies or slavery. All right? No one is calling for that. It is critical race theory. CRT is what conservatives are calling to end. CRT is not about African American studies. CRT is the idea that Racism is everywhere, and racism is ingrained into our very beings. Number 11, end climate predictions. Okay, good. Climate change is a hoax. End of story. 12, increase Arctic drilling. So they're obviously talking about ANWR. A lot of people do not understand this. America has one of the largest oil reserves in the world. It's called ANWR. It's up in Alaska. Trump attempted to drill in ANWR. Right? He also approved of the Keystone XL pipeline and deregulated fracking. He did a lot of awesome things in the oil industry. I mean, if you guys like expensive gas that you're paying for during the Biden administration, I guess it would be a bad thing. Number 13, deregulate big business and the oil industry. Okay, he already did that. That is true. Trump is going to deregulate all business. Regulation hurts small businesses that are attempting to compete with these large corporations and industries. I mean, this is why we had such an economic boom during the Trump presidency. Number 14, condemn single mothers while promoting traditional families. Why is this a bad thing? Fathers not leaving their wives and taking care of their kids is a bad thing. Number 15, use the military to break up domestic protests. So I guess this is referring to Black Lives Matter and Antifa. They cost $2 billion in damages. If you're breaking buildings and looting stores, burning down entire cities, you probably should be met with resistance from the military. Number 16, mass deportations of illegal immigrants. Awesome. They need to go. 10 million illegals have entered into the United States since Biden took office in 2021. And that's just that we know of. 17, ban Muslims from entering the country. Not true at all. Trump did not ban Muslims. He banned certain areas where there's high risks of terrorists. That's where he banned.
Fake news.
Number 18, and this is the last one I have on my list. Pack the Supreme Court and lower courts with right-wing judges. It's the left who's been calling to pack the Supreme Court, for the last 4 years now. So that's obviously not a right-wing idea point. So I hope this helps you guys understand what the provisions in Agenda 2025 really are. Don't listen to CNN or MSNBC or NBC or ABC, the New York Times, or any of the rats in the mainstream media. Once again, they are lying to you. Just like they lied to you about Russia, lied to you about the Ukrainian phone call, just like they lied to you about Hunter Biden, just like they lied to you about Joe Biden's health. It's all lies and easily proven with facts and logic. Thanks for listening.